When a tarpon comes launching up, water rushing through its gill plate, vicious head shakes, it makes a sound like I've never heard before. It's a sound that I cannot wait to hear every April, May, and June. Those are the greatest 3 months of my life every year. Boca Grande Pass is, first off, the deepest pass on the whole west coast of Florida. It's home to the biggest migration of tarpon known in the world. It's been dated back to the early 1800s, this vast population of tarpon that collect all up and down the west coast and even the east coast of Florida and come to Boca Grande Pass to migrate for 3 months out of the year. Boca Grande tarpon fishing is unlike any tarpon fishing in the world. It's a collection of captains from all over the state that fish this area for about 3 months. And at any point in time, you could have over 100,000 tarpon underneath your boat. It's exhilarating, it's competitive, it's adrenaline driven, it's anxiety, it's all these different levels of emotions on top of one another for just chasing a fish. Before you even get into the chasing of a true tarpon, you have to go through these obstacles just to obtain a hookup, and then there's a whole list of variables that come in your way of just landing this fish. Boca Grande Pass is simply organized chaos. You have a collection of captains that are just smart. I mean, they've forgotten more tarpon knowledge over the last 2 decades than I've actually obtained. It's this orchestra of madness. You have boats on top of boats, lines on top of lines, all chasing these fish that are going anywhere from 10 to 30 miles per hour underneath the boat, or they're just sitting there. And then you have to worry about the environment. You know, beyond the boats and the madness, you have some of the biggest sharks in the world chasing these fish. And then on top of that, you have to worry about all the boats and all the captains just to obtain a hookup on this fish and the ultimate collection of a result, landing that fish. I mean, they test your patience to a whole new level. You can sit there and stare at that fish for 8 hours and he won't eat. But in that single moment when he does, it's like a gunshot. Everything goes loose, everything breaks wild. Fish comes launching out of the water. You have excitement going on the boat. It's the hardest to hook, land, set, capture that moment. It gives you a visual fight. It comes launching out of the water. It does just insane drag runs. It's like a dinosaur. I mean, it's been dated all the way back to prehistoric ages. It has giant scales. It's just one giant armored plated fish with just one of the sharpest and toughest mouths I've ever experienced in any saltwater species. It's the ultimate fish. You know, growing up in Cape Coral, Pine Island's right down the road, Sanibel's another 15 minutes away, and it's just this giant estuary of beautiful water filled with a collection of species that people fly from all over the world just to obtain a possible photo with, a chance to hook one up, a chance to fight a species that they've never fought before. And growing up here, it just had so many opportunities to chase so many species that people put on their bucket list. It's created a bond between my father and I. Always chased this fish together, and it's given us the opportunities to compete in tournaments. It's just cool to have that relationship with my father. The guy's a hero, he's my own personal legend, and to have an opportunity to chase my favorite fish ever, to do it with my father is probably one of my favorite people ever. And one of the tournaments that we've gotten involved with is the Don Ramey Classic. So happened this year at the tournament, my father and I, we tied for first, we grinded. It was just him and I fishing all day. We hooked over 13 fish. I think growing up here and living the lifestyle I did that my parents gave me the opportunity to live, it created this drive, I guess, this passion for Mother Nature. It's what drives me. It's a species like no other. It's strong, it's fast, it's vicious, it's dangerous. man, you cannot wipe the smile off my face when I hook a tarpon. You just can't. It's a representation of just being passionate about something and what that passion can create for your life as long as you continue to be passionate about it.